All right, you are going to be using the Roommates Worksheet here, and go ahead and open it and make sure that you open it in Doc Hub, just like you have been with your note-taking guides. And the Roommates is a two-page document, and the top part is a story. I don't know if you can use maybe a text-to-speech reader to read this, but at any rate, I'm kind of going to walk you through it. So make sure you have that one in a split screen, and then I'm going to go ahead and work through this one with you. I hope that's an okay place for that. So the roommates, you are going to use the table at the bottom of the page to fill out the information based on the story that's at the top of, of the page. What did I just do? Oh, there we go. Let me make sure. Go back. There we go. Sorry. Okay, so reading through, while you read through, you want to be looking for events that affected Hannah's well-being domains. So reminder of what the different domains are. You've got physical, intellectual, emotional, social, and financial. And so you're looking for one event in Hannah's life that affected each of these, either positively or negatively. And you're going to write those in the blanks, right? Yep, write them in the blanks. And then on the second column, you're going to put either a plus or a minus sign or both to indicate whether that had a positive effect on her well-being or a negative effect. So pause maybe, go do that, read the story, and then come back here and we'll keep going. All right, so let's look at it. Some examples are physical. She stayed up until 2 in the morning. That has to do with, how well she slept, her energy level the next day. And so we're going to say that's negative. These are just examples, so it's okay if you have different things written down. The intellectual domain, she feels her research paper isn't her best work. So that has to do with how she feels about how smart she is. And that's why it has to do with intellectual. She doesn't think it's her best work. She thinks she could have done better. And so that's a negative feeling. Emotional, there's several things you could have had. She's struggling to find time for her boyfriend in her busy schedule. She can't get Caleb to talk about things, and she has an overly full schedule. Those are all things that maybe are adding stress to her. So those are emotional things, and those are all negatives. Hannah's not doing so good right now. Social, she likes her roommate Morgan. That's positive, but she finds it hard to be around her since everything seems to always go her way. So that's a negative feeling about her roommate. And she and Caleb have been fighting a lot. So that's a negative on the social realm. Financial, she has to work extra hours to make ends meet. So that's a negative because it's taking more of her time. But she has to do it because of her financial situation. She only has $25 left until payday in 5 days. That would be negative. And she wishes she had the financial freedom to have a less stressful schedule. So not only is she feeling super, super stressed about her finances, but it is affecting all these other areas of her life and maybe just in general making her feel more run down in every area of her life. So it is important to take note whenever that happens and really kind of evaluate what it is that's causing you to feel that stress and that feeling of being run down and over emotional or short with people or whatever it is, and realize, kind of the root of the issue so you can take care of it and have a higher well-being in all these domains. Why does it keep doing that? I don't know. It keeps doing weird things with my screen. All right, so do you think Hannah has high or low well-being? This is not on the worksheet, but just asking nobody because I'm here by myself. Um, Obviously, she has low well-being. Almost all of hers were negatives. And now let's look at Morgan. So if you didn't already, go through and do the same thing for Morgan. Write down um, one event that affects her well-being in each domain, whether positive or negative, and then make sure in that second column that you are putting plus or minus, indicating whether it's positive or negative. Okay, and then I'm going to go over it with you. So, physical, she runs every morning. That's good. That's good for her health. It's good for her stress level, endorphins and whatnot, um, metabolism, things like that. So that is helping her in a lot of different ways. Intellectual, she is taking two classes that she really enjoys. So it doesn't mention the negative aspect of how much time it's taking out of her schedule to take these two classes or how much homework they have or anything like that. It just says that she really enjoys them. So that's a positive. Emotional. Her current job is adding a lot of stress to her life. That is negative. But she has the time and money to look for a new job. So she realizes that this job is causing some problems with her and her well-being in general. And so she's going out and she's trying to find a new job that's going to do better for her. Maybe make more money. I don't know. Social, she likes and cares about Hannah, and she has a lunch scheduled with her sister. So she's taking some steps as far as like having a lunch with her sister, something regular that she can put on her schedule to make sure that she does make those social connections and doesn't stay away from people, which can sometimes lead to more problems emotionally. Financial. She found out that she received a scholarship to help pay for college expenses. Yay. That means less money that she has to pay out of her pocket, less she has to work. And she has enough money in her savings account to pay her bills for a few months if she doesn't find a new job right away. So just that cushion in her savings account is really adding to her positive feelings about her financial situation. So all of these are positive. And so our question is, do you think Morgan has high or low well-being? And the answer would be high. Almost all of them were pluses. Now, if you were to look at your own life, maybe it wouldn't be so clear. Maybe you would have just as many positives as minuses, and it would be a little harder to tell, well, which way is it? But I would say whatever you feel most of the time, everybody's going to feel down sometimes, stressed sometimes, not like certain aspects of your life. But if in general and most of the time, things in your life are going well, then you're going to have, in general, high well being. And sometimes it has to do with your outlook on life, that you are just feeling thankful for all the things that you have and focusing on that and not focusing on the things that you don't have or the things that are not going well. But sometimes it's easier to be positive if more things are going well. Yeah, it is what it is. All right. So, why does Megan have higher well being than Hannah? There could be many reasons, but one of them is that Morgan participates in financial planning. And how has financial planning contributed to Morgan's well being? Over here, we're talking about her specifically applying for and receiving scholarships, and that is now giving her less stress regarding paying for college and living expenses. She doesn't have to worry about coming up with that money. And therefore, she can also dedicate more time to other well being domains. So she's not using all of her time working to be able to pay for college and also going to college, but she's able to, hang out with friends and go do things that she enjoys. And that's going to help her have higher well being everywhere. Saving money is also giving her lots of benefits. She has a sense of financial security so that she knows, hey, I've got this money. If something goes wrong, it's there. And therefore, she worries about money less. She doesn't have to worry about when it gets down to the end of the paycheck period and she has $12 left in her account that's got to last her a week and a half. She doesn't have to worry about that because she's got some extra stashed away. And so it just kind of just lifts all of the stress off and makes you just feel more comfortable in your life and therefore you have higher well-being. And she's able to find a job that she enjoys because she saved that money. So she doesn't have to worry so much about, hey, if I give up this paycheck, when will I get another paycheck? Because I got bills to pay. She's able to kind of take her time and make sure that the next job is going to be the right fit for her. And I think that's the end. Make sure that you turn that one in as well and have a good day.